Round of applause. Hello. Hi everyone and welcome to today's episode of Dan Studio, where we bring you the latest news in a short and informative format and of course in the comfort of a studio. Now on the last episode we talked about the effects of the coronavirus and how it is currently affecting the people around the world. Now whether you have the virus or not, there is certainly something related to the virus that affects you directly. We discussed how supermarkets were then running low on supplies and how people were buying unnecessary amount of items, leaving those who actually need these items to be rendered hopeless. Well, the war of the supermarkets have died down a little bit, but a new issue has risen. Now, we all know that the coronavirus has been deemed a pandemic. It is a virus that can spread from person to person through small droplets from the nose and the mouth. Because of this, it is obviously best to stay clear of people and to maintain a good amount of hygiene. But the human race is extremely stubborn. We simply don't enjoy being told what to do. We still want to leave the house on a daily basis and go around and see the world and of course, hang out with our friends. Now currently the Australian coronavirus victim sits at 1,630 victims and will probably continue to rise. And obviously the goal now is to slowly reduce that number. But with the disease being transmitted from person to person, the only way to reduce this is to actually reduce the amount of human contact we come into. Now over a few weeks ago there was a music video here in Victoria, Australia. And there was about 12,000 people who actually bought tickets and attended the 3-day music festival. Unfortunately, after the music video had finished, there was a report that an individual who did go to the music video had been tested positive for the coronavirus. Now, we all know what goes down at music festivals, and I don't think that I need to elaborate on that. However, with just one individual being tested positive for the coronavirus, this puts the remaining 11,999 festival goers at risk of also contracting the coronavirus. Luckily, it was reported that the individual did not feel unwell during the music festival, but only after. So that's a good sign. After this news came out, the government then issued a new policy stating that all outdoor mass gatherings of over 500 people should be cancelled, as well as indoor gatherings of over 100 people should also be cancelled. Now at the time of this information being released, the Australian Formula 1 Grand Prix had just begun. Fans were still really eager to go out and see their favourite race car drivers and favourite race cars race around the famous Albert Park track. But with only just a few days into the Grand Prix and at midday, the chairman of the Australian Grand Prix Corporation decided to cancel the Formula 1.
News overnight that Formula 1 team McLaren had pulled out of the race didn't deter thousands of fans arriving at Albert Park this morning. Some queued for hours before the first signs of trouble.
Gate opening has been delayed.
Not long after came word the event had been cancelled.
It's terrible, especially with the tourists and people who travel far away.
Come on, man. I flew 28 hours to come here.
I hope they give us a refund.
Early this morning, the Victorian Premier had given Grand Prix organisers an ultimatum.
They've got a choice to make between running no event or running an event without spectators.
Given a McLaren team member had already tested positive, cancellation was really the only option.
The health and safety and welfare of the teams and people, the community generally has to take precedence. Just want to say sorry to our fans. We look forward to hopefully being able to run this event at some later stage. We'll just have to wait and see.
Like, bro, you couldn't have told the fans earlier? Like, people were already at the gates with their tickets and ready to enter to watch the Formula 1. Regardless, it was a good decision to cancel this event, and it's now sporting events all across the globe are slowly postponing or cancelling their seasons, such as the NBA announcing that they're going to postpone the remainder of their season, as well as soccer or football in the United Kingdom also postponing their current season.
Well, for millions of Americans, this was the moment when the impact of the coronavirus really hit home. An NBA game abandoned as a player tested positive.
Fans, due to unforeseen circumstances, the game tonight has been postponed. You are all safe.
Moments after the game was called off, the entire NBA competition was suspended indefinitely.
However, sporting and music events aren't the only things that are being cancelled. Schools are now sending their students home and telling students to stay at home and not to attend class as there simply are none. Universities such as Monash and Melbourne Uni have all decided to move their classes online during this crisis. So now will students not only not have to physically attend class, they're probably still not going to be attending these online classes. And I gotta say, man, these kids are lucky, man. Like, extra holiday period? Score! Fortnite every night, yeah. Now once again, I do want to iterate that the coronavirus is a serious issue. People should be aware of it and be conscious of their surroundings. Buying endless supplies of food and items will not help you during this time. You should be only purchasing what you need, as other people in the world also need these items as much as you do. Be sure to avoid crowded areas as well as maintain a good level of hygiene. Remember to always wash your hands and wear face masks if you need to. And remember, even if you think you won't be affected by the coronavirus, there are certainly people out there who will. So let's be mindful of others, and we will definitely be able to get through this robot together as a human race. Thank you everyone for tuning in to today's episode of Dan's Studio. I know we're still a fairly new show and we're still working out some of the kinks, so don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section below telling us what we can improve on, and don't forget to subscribe, punch that like button and turn on the notification bell so you will receive our latest content straight away it releases. I'm your host Daniel, see you guys next time.